What up, doe? 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 Shout out to Biz Nation in the building, man. Biz Nation. What up, doe? What up, doe? This is a beautiful day. This is October the 31st. This is what the world, or say the nation, considers Halloween. So I know the kids out there tricking and treating and doing all that good stuff, man. How's everybody doing tonight? We are in for a good little treat. All right. We're in for a good little treat. We're gonna go over one of the actually a couple of videos that Lila Stines, the daughter of Sean Mickey Stines, have put on her TikTok. And also we're gonna deep dive into a little bit of what's going on, specifically a little bit of hillbilly crime, man. I had the chance to talk to her today. I've been talking to a few people, all right, and so there are some things stirring around, man. I don't understand what's going on. Again, I am not in that business of getting into the dramatics. That's not what this channel is about. That's not how I roll. However, I definitely want to implement the fact that there are some things going on that we need to really focus on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this particular case with Sean Mickey Stines and with Judge Mullins and this whole case about the first degree murder charge against the former sheriff of Letcher County. So I'm very, very interested in hearing this video. This is going to be, hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting thing to listen to. The first video, when she had the blue top, I know a lot of people on Court TV was really like, was really tuning into that. They was really putting their opinion on that specific video. But there was another video that she did after that, and so I wanted to talk about that as well. But I'm very interested to see what you all think about this as well. Shout out to Diamond in the Sticks. Shout out to Diamond in the Sticks. Diamond in the Sticks says, hey, not trying to be rude, but let's all remember, no matter what, Mickey's daughter is still a child. Whether she's 18 or under 25, she's still a child. Same with the judge's daughters. Let's try to keep things respectful to other human beings. I think we got a good community of people that respect each other here. So, Biz Nation always stands up with the respect. So shout out to Diamond for just reiterating things of that nature as well. Hill is in the building, the mod of all mods, saying what up, dope Biz Nation in the building. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There it is. Bam, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and showcase it. I want to showcase it. Donna Wilder is in the building. Saying hi to everybody. That is what's up. Yo, we are here, man. We are going to go ahead and get it popping and get it started, man. Go ahead and share this video, like this video. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. StreamYard is doing some things, man. They doing some things real quick here. They got some overlays for Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween dude, you know what I'm saying? But they got some overlays and stuff. They got the haunted corner, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know what I mean? They got a few things going on right here. You know what I'm saying? They got the pumpkin on the side. You want to do a little pumpkin overlay. You know what I'm saying? The dancing skeleton overlay. You know what I'm saying? They got the spooky frame overlay. You know what I mean? Look at it, the candy border. You got all kind of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to StreamYard, man, for trying to do something a little different for the folks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Because y'all charge us an arm and a leg. Y'all charge us an arm and a leg with this. Money P is in the building saying how to take Bill. What up, though? I appreciate you for tuning on in tonight. We are going to go ahead and get started, man. I was trying to, like I did the Jennifer Hill audio, man. I was trying to put it in one of my little, templates so that way it could have some little pizzazz to it, man. But for some reason, the template, the pizzazz wasn't pizzazzing, man. I don't know what was going on, but my Wi-Fi is straight. It just was taking a long time to render, and so I'm not able to utilize the my render forest, man, that I don't normally use. But tonight we're still gonna listen to this interview. All right. It's there's three parts to the Sabrina Adkins interview, but one is like an hour and a half, and the other one's a little bit shorter. I want to go to the shorter one. Um, I think the shorter one has the more of the of Matt Easter asking about Mullins, I believe. But there is certain ones that when it come on, they start talking about Judge Mullins. I think I might want to start with that one first, and then go to the other one. Shout out to everybody coming on in. That's what I'm talking about. Biz Nation in the building right now. Let me hit some blue bombs in the building. Yeah, we got. Let's see who we got in the building. We got Gerald Scott is in the building. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Trakisha's in the building. What up, Doe? Right, we got Terry in the building saying hello to Biz Kentucky in his house. Feel that my man Jay Money in the building. Jay Money, man. Shout out to Jay Money, man. Always a good time with Jay Money when he in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We got a good amount of people in here, man. Everybody saying what's up to each other. That's what I'm talking about. The love and the respect is in the building. The love and the respect is in the building. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do my traditional intro, and we about to go ahead and get it kicking. All right, let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the Lila Stines video. We're going to dissect, you know how we do. We're going to actually really talk about this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to actually really get it popping. You know what I mean? We're not going to, we're not going to, we're not going to play around with this thing. We're going to figure out what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to figure out what's going on here, and we're going to see what's popping. Let's go ahead and get regular here for a second. Yeah, I mean, even StreamYard got the way for you to just, you can make your on your comments on stage wide or tall or regular. You know, the font size can be small or it can be big like that. It can be, you know what I mean? Shout out to StreamYard, man. They're trying to do something, man. They're trying to do something. All right, here it is now. This is Lila Stines. This is Mickey Stines' daughter. This is the first video that a lot of people are looking at. And so we want to go ahead and dissect it. I have seen some people in comments from like X and other comments from like Court TV and whatever. I'm like, and some people just, I don't know what's going on with us. I don't know what's going on with us, but we about to figure this out tonight. And then also get into a little bit of what some things that's been permeating around this whole thing with Lila Stines and Hillbilly Crime and other players in the building. I don't know. It's just it's getting out of hand a little bit. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Lila has to say here. This is part one of a video. Then there's another one that I want to look at when this is done. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and let's get this popping. Let's go.
My name is Lila Stines. I am 18 years old and I am from Letcher County, Kentucky. Most of you may know me, and the others may recognize my last name. On September 19th, a little over a year ago, a lot of people's lives changed forever, including mine. I'm not going to go into detail. I will not be talking about it. But I just have one question. Do you all not have anything better to do than to sit and gossip? You are taking my pain and making it your pleasure. You're taking our stories and turning them into big entertainment pieces, jokes, and for that matter, you're making it your income. Since when did that become okay? So my advice to the people doing that. Get a job. Do something meaningful with your life.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Whoa, I wasn't. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. I wasn't. I haven't seen this full thing. I haven't seen. I really haven't seen it like that. All right, honestly. So I'm not understanding the angle um with the whole get a job and all this kind of. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's
I'm
go
not
back.
going to go into detail. I will not be talking about it. But I just have one question. Do you all not have anything better to do than to sit and gossip? You are taking my pain.
So for those of you that live in Kentucky in the chat, I need you to help me out real quick. When she says you don't have nothing better to do than gossip, is she referring to people in Kentucky, or is she talking about people who are actually covering this case? Okay. All right. Terry Winnegar says she isn't meaning positive people, it's people that locally have spread rumors. Gotcha. Because I'm thrown off a bit. Okay. This helps me. This makes some sense to me. Now, I do know that okay. I do know that there is like a lot of from what I've been told by those who live in Kentucky, okay, that there is some at some point there has been like some uh Facebook stuff going on and all this kind of stuff, and it involves hillbilly crime saying some things and or saying something about her. Again, I have not seen any of this. Like I told hillbilly crime and Ty, like look, I was on vacation. I came back and I had to start working from home, but then I had to, but it's a lot of work that I had to do. For those of people who know me personally know that I will be a workaholic for the most part, if not all the time almost. And I've had to learn how to slow myself down a bit. So that's what I've been trying to do here. So my wife is, God bless her, she lets me know I need to chill sometimes. So but however, um I do know that I'm not on anybody's Facebook. I'm not friends with anybody on Facebook. There was somebody on Facebook today who thought that I was interviewing Lila Stines today. I'm like, nah, that's not nah. If I was doing that, I would have promoted that like crazy. You know, I'm not interviewing Lila Stein. So it's some it's a lot of stuff going on. And so from what I have been told, that there was something that I believe Hillbilly Crime had said about Lila Steins that people disagree with. Someone else named Ashley, I believe, she said something and people are disagreeing. And then there's a little bit of a kerfuffle down there, if you will. And so this TikTok was, I can't see the time it was uploaded. It says 10/21. So this is 10 days ago when she did this. And so now I understand now where this is coming from. All right. Because the whole get a job thing was a little bit like, huh? Like, you know, and we're talking about a high profile case here. This is where I get a little bit like, okay, let's keep it all in perspective. We're talking about a high profile case that involves your father. And this was your first video of anybody ever seeing you, or like on a large scale seeing you or hearing you speak about this or around it. And this video shows her youth, because this is not something that I think would be the first my first video of addressing anything around this particular these particular rumors or whatever. Rumors die out. Rumors are just rumors, and addressing a rumor is giving energy to something. If it's not true or anything like that, it's literally a rumor. Then giving energy to it doesn't do anything for you. It just really doesn't, in my observation of just being alive for the last 42 years. And you don't have to be 42 years old to understand that. There you just have to be a sensible person to understand that addressing rumors, especially something that's not true, it gives a bad look to the person that's addressing it too, unless there is something that needs to be addressed, like some type of defamation situation going on, or something like that. Like someone blaming you or claiming that you did something or said something that you didn't do, trying to defame you. That's something that needs to be addressed. Defamation is a crime. It's a crime. You know what I'm saying? You can't defame somebody. It's something that you can be sued for. It's a civil crime, basically. Civil action, right? So this right here makes sense. What Terry is saying, that not the positive people, but people that spread rumors. And I'm guessing that one of those people is hillbilly crime. That's what's going on right now. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? Terry Winninger said, you nailed it right there, Tay Biz, on HC. Okay. All right. Diamond Stick and his stick says, I live here in Letcher County. I don't want to say too much. It's not my place. Like I said, she's only 18. Even if she had said stuff about me, I feel like I would have just kept my mouth shut and let it be. All right. I do believe she was referring to locals, though. Okay. She is young and wants to be able to be herself without judgment. Can't blame her. That's true. However, I don't know if the timing is right. That's my own. I'm kind of tripping on the timing part of all of this. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue this real quick.
And making it your pleasure. You're taking our stories and turning them into big entertainment pieces, jokes, and for that matter, you're making it your income. Since when did that become okay? So my advice to the people doing that, get a job, do something meaningful with your life, and contribute to society in a positive way. That's all.
Okay. All right. So I want to hold on. Camera's all messing up. I want to show you a few things. Now, this is recent, I believe, and this is something that was sent to me from Hillbilly Crime that I'm going to share, that she said I could share. There's certain things that I can't share that she shared with me. And so, but she shared this with me though. And I want to show these images here. Okay. So this is Lila Stines, and you see Lila in the corner here. Now, Hillbilly Crime is at a game of some sort, I believe a basketball game, I believe. And she is there supporting who she's supporting. And then Lila Stein sat like cat a quarter behind her, right? And you can see the distance there, right? Now, this is on Facebook as well. So this ain't like juicy tea that we going over. Okay. This is on Facebook. All right. All right. So I'm not sure what that is. Okay. I'm not sure what that is, sitting behind her and being near her like that, what that is. I'm not sure if she's trying to make the statement. I'm not sure what happened down there. I'm not sure if they had a conversation on the side or anything like that. But I do know that that people are trying to say that Hillbilly Crime is saying some stuff about, I guess, Lila in a negative fashion. And again, I have not seen that because I have not looked at anything that Hillbilly Crime has done recently. Okay. So I don't know what she said. I don't know how she said it or anything of that nature. Okay. So this to me is the thing that messes us up when it comes to trying to do something um for just and for justice, and we get sidetracked. Okay. And when you get sidetracked, you start missing out on what on what the mission is. Okay. I can't for some reason make this bigger. Anyway, all right. So I will be fair and say that Hillbilly Crime, though, has been talking about this kind of stuff about Letcher County corruption. She's been talking about it for a long time. She's been talking about it for a long, long, long time. Again, when I started covering this case right after this situation happened last year with the fact that I've never heard of a sheriff shooting their own judge before, ever. All right. So my curiosity peaked from there. It was like instant curiosity. And I don't and then what happened is because of this case, it started share the limelight or the spotlight of corruption started permeating through the nation now, slowly but surely, because of the fact that we didn't know Letcher County was rolling like this. No one really goes to Letcher County. It's not a large city or a major city like that. Or Whitesburg is not a major city, but it is a part of Letcher County. And so in this, you start seeing the corruption based upon the fact that Mickey Stines did something that nobody's ever heard of before, which is unaliving their own judge. And so I'm not sure what what's everybody's play here when it comes to this. I don't like seeing corruption. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact that the state get a chance to do what they want to do, say what they want to say, create the cases the way they want to create it, and all this kind of stuff. And it's I just hate that stuff. I'm a product of that with my own state here. Okay, so something that that happened, but it wasn't my fault. You admitted it was your fault, and I still had to pay the ducats. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that type of corruption. So the corruption being exposed based upon this young lady's father's actions. This is where the crowd, and I remember, if you all remember a while ago, I said that there is a mixed crowd of people when it comes to Sean Mickey Stines. There are people that think that Sean Mickey Stines is a hero, a bona fide, certified hero. You know what I'm saying? Please do not put all caps in your chat if you can, please. Um, it does something with YouTube, so please try not to do that for me if you can. I appreciate it. So I there's a vigilante vibe that people have going on. Then there is a man, put him up under the jail, because if he was a regular person, he would have been sent to the chair, or lethal injection or whatever, like all of that kind of stuff. So the crowd is very, very mixed when it comes to Sean Mickey Stines. And so, people have a way of interpreting things the way they see it. And when you interpret things a certain way, without all of the facts being there, you be prepared for a backlash, right? And I would say this: a lot of people rock with Hillbilly Crime, and a lot of people who listen to her full streams, she goes live pretty much on the daily. So her full stream, she talks about more than just this case. She has talked about the judges. She's talked about the former governor before. She has talked about some things that happen locally that is a part of corruption. She's talked about a lot of different things that I've seen her talk about. Even on Gavin Fish. No, Gavin Fish, he's more like he's looking at this case too, like how does this even happen? Like, and so she's giving some insight. Now, when it comes to covering things, you could cover things and not have a personal investment into it. But when you're from that place and you have a personal investment attached to it, it can muddy some water sometimes. I can see how people could be like, you know what she said wasn't cool. However, I could also see someone saying, you know what she said was, was all right. I just wouldn't have worded it that way. Something like that. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's a certain link. I don't know if there's a certain video. I don't know if there's a certain thing that Hillbilly Crime has done. But all I know is that it seems like the video was an indirect shot. Now that I'm looking at the video and now that we're able to see what's going on here, it's like an indirect shot towards HBC, and I think I need to just do a little bit more digging on what this is, because I do not get involved with people's drama. That one thing about me, I do not get involved with people's drama. Okay. And that drama stuff, this is not the channel for it. Like Hillbilly Crime said this, and Ty's doing this and all that. That's not what I'm about. If that's the kind of conversation you want to have, you may have to go to a different channel, or if you want to unsubscribe, hey, that's fine. I got 2,000 and some change. Look, people subscribe and unsubscribe every day. You know what I'm saying? But one thing on here, our goal, our mission is to cover this case, get the details of the case, and also see to it that some justice of some sort is given to those that's owed it. The he say and she say and somebody commented and this person's thing said, like all of that, this is not the channel for that. I just want to make that very clear. I thought it was going to be a little bit more juice out the squeeze on the first video. I did not know it was just pretty general and basic like that. It's only a minute and maybe 40 seconds, so I get it. But yeah, this is not that drama is not my wheelhouse. All right. There you go. Drama is childish. We are too old to be in this. All right. And I just don't rock. I just don't rock with that. I don't rock with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video here, and let's see what she says here. I think Terry, did you say something about her second video already? I can't scroll up and find it, but let's go ahead and listen to it. Oh, sorry.
Couple things about yesterday's. I come on here today to address a couple things about yesterday's video. When I posted that video, I only had about 950 followers. I did not think it would go anywhere. I thought, people from home's going to see it, maybe a couple others, and that'll be that. So the first thing I want to say is I had good intentions with that video. A lot of you were asking, what stories? What do you mean by gossip? And what I mean by that is the stories that were made up about me and the other party. And that is where the gossip comes in at.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Now, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, to be fair about this part right here, just so far, according to this case of her father, and according to investigative reports and all that kind of stuff, there has been no implication, evidence that she was involved with Judge Kevin Mullins or tried to, there was anything with Kevin Mullins. However, we saw Sean Mickey Stines attempt to call her on the judge's phone. All right. Now, my eyes don't deceive me. Okay. My eyes is not going to lie to me. I see what I saw and I saw what I see. So we saw that. That's the only evidence we see. We saw that Mickey Stines' phone, he was trying to call. There was no answer. He received a call from his auntie, a FaceTime call at that, right there in the judge's chambers before the incident took place. We also saw him ask for the judge's phone. The judge slid the phone to him. He picked it up, made the phone call. He compared his phone to the judge's phone. He was looking at the number in his phone and dialed that number in that other phone. And then whatever happened here made him throw and chuck that boy on the table and pull out his weapon. We know that. We also know from the lead investigator himself, Clayton Stamper, we also know that he said on the stand in the preliminary hearing that Sean Mickey Stines was trying to call his daughter using the judge's phone. Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. Isn't that not what Clayton Stamper said? We saw the preliminary hearing twice on this channel. He said that. He also said that one of the police officers said that Sean Mickey Stines said, they're trying to kidnap my wife and daughter, or they're trying to take my wife and daughter. Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. What up, Annie51? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. All right. So we do know that. So Terry said it. People made assumptions, but how many parents try calling their kids? They determined Mickey dialed the number in judge's phone. It was not in the judge's phone. Clayton Stamper said it was on the stand. Now, this is the reason why I said in the beginning that Clayton Stamper not getting her phone was a big mistake. It's a big mistake. He used the judge's phone to call. According to Stamper, he should have got the phone from Lila. He should have had some type of paperwork, because again, by the time the preliminary hearing was conducted, it was about a month after the incident. You could have got you a warrant to go get that phone or seize that phone as evidence, because that was a part of the issue. Not only that, but the fact that 3 days before he shoots Judge Mullins, he is deposed about a lawsuit or about an incident that happened with one of his deputies that he was negligent in training. That lady, we're going to listen to her talk in a minute with Matt Easter. Terry Winniger said the biggest point here is that people like to gossip and it blows out of proportion and it has no place in adulthood. People don't need the drama from small minds. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, even though people are saying things about Judge Mullins, and not just people, we talking about the actual people who've been involved. Like, there are other people, women, who have been involved dealing with Judge Mullins before. They have come out, said some things, right? They have come out. We also know that there are people who have their assumptions, who have their quote unquote insight about what may have taken place. What up, though, Abundance? You know, and that kind of stuff is where the waters get muddy. So I'm with Terry on that. The waters get muddy when you start implementing your own ideology and idea upon something that has not been proven yet or at all. This is the issue, you know. And this young lady here, again, we got to think about it. All the children that's involved in this to have lost someone. Judge Mullins has been lost on his side. His family is grieving him, and then Lila Stein's father is in jail. That's a form of loss, right? So all of this we have to come to some type of commonality and say, okay, what is the main idea here? What are we pushing for? And the rumor stuff, again, it was rumored. And who's to say that Mickey Stines heard something? You know, whether or not he heard something or not from somebody. Like, yo, Mickey, man, I think, you know, you want to be careful with Mullins because blah blah blah. Who got in Mickey's ear? Who? I think that's what the defense is pushing. That somebody got in his ear early before his deposition was to take place, and he couldn't even sleep at his house, according to what people are saying. That his wife had to say, "Hey, he couldn't sleep. He was disturbing the crib." Like, you know, all of this going forth is like so many different nuances and details. This is the reason why I think that Clayton Stamper's investigation was so lazy, super lazy. Like, he could have done a lot of things after the incident took place. It was so many things that he could have done in that time before the preliminary hearing, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. The first thing I would have grabbed is Lila's phone to see if there was an incoming call from Judge Mullins. If there have been incoming calls from Judge Mullins, I could get the records from the service provider. You can subpoena them for phone records. Like, you could have had so many things in place. You could have had so many things in place. And all we got on the stand was, I don't know. I don't know. Well, the police officers, they interviewed a few people. I didn't talk to anybody. He didn't talk to anybody. So let's listen to this clarity one more time. We're gonna get into it.
I did not think it would go anywhere. I thought, you know, people from home's gonna see it, maybe a couple others, and that'll be that. So the first thing I want to say is I had good intentions with that video. A lot of you were asking what stories, what do you mean by gossip? And what I mean by that is the stories that were made up about me and the other party. And that is where the gossip comes in at. I wasn't actually talking about the situation and what actually happened itself. I was more leaning towards the rumors that had been spread about me. I am aware of how serious this is.
But again, the rumors, what rumors? What rumor came out that the lead investigator himself didn't say? Well, he said something about Stines calling his daughter from the judge's phone. That's what Clayton Stamper said, man. Even when all of us who are a part of Biz Nation, when we watched the body cam footage of Sean Mickey Stines in the hallway handcuffed with no shoes on, who did he say he wanted to see? Somebody put it in the chat for me. Who did that man say he wanted to see? There was one person that he said, if you bring this person down to me, if you bring this person here to me, I'll tell you everything. See, sometimes we get selective amnesia, dog. Does anybody remember who Mickey wanted to come down to the court? That's it. So whatever was being said, again, something had to have happened. I kept saying this from the beginning. Something had to have either happened or is about to happen or a threat. Something had to happen. No sheriff wakes up the next day, morning, whatever, and wants to shoot his judge. This psych evaluation that took place, the acute California, what is it? Where he has a little bit of water in it's not water, but it's like it causes like seizures and things of that nature in the brain. But it's acute. It's not a severe, it's not super severe, but it's not something that it could trigger you though. California encephalitis, I believe, where it can cause, if certain things can cause you to trigger, and it has something to do with water on the brain or something. It says it's a small amount though. It's like in a very, very acute issue. Hold on, let me get it. Let me look it up right now. Acute California. Yep, acute California encephalitis is a viral infection of the brain, caused by the California serogroup virus, most commonly the lacrosse virus. Transmitted by mosquitoes, primarily affects children, often starting with flu-like symptoms like fever, headache, and vomiting before progressing to more severe neurological symptoms such as seizures, altered mental status, and coma. This is what Mickey Stines was being evaluated for, the neurological symptoms of it. Seizures, altered mental statuses or status, and coma. It can cause these things. A. Clem says, I will tell you everything if I could see my daughter face to face. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
And how much of a big that comes in at. I wasn't actually talking about the situation and what actually happened itself. I was more leaning towards the rumors that had been spread about me. I am aware of how serious this is and how much of a big deal it is. I was not talking about news or social media. I was simply talking about the people who sit at home behind a keyboard all day and say terrible things about my name. That's who I was talking about. At the end of the day, I'm just human. I'm just trying to learn how to process and cope with it all. I do want to add one more thing. A lot of you were saying, girl, this happened a year ago. Like, why are you still going on about it? To you, it happened a year ago. For me, when I wake up, it's the first thing I see on my phone. It's the last thing I see when I lay down. And I'm not looking for it. It's just right in my face. I have to deal with it every day when I wake up. So no, it's not gone. It's not died down. It won't. for a while.
Yeah, people saying that is wild. If that's what's being said, it's like this happened a year ago. It's not, you know, nah, man. This is something. This is. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Oh, I done messed it up. Oh, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But I'll be right back. That's about to irritate me. Let's see here. There we go. All right, it's not smeared, but it's still blurry, but it's okay. So it'll focus on its own, I believe. So yes, telling somebody that this happened a year ago is not it's not it's not something that you say to a person that is going through, or their father is going through and they're going through with their family like that. Like that is not something that's good to say. Um so whoever said that, that's kind of different. But at the end of the day, I understand what she's saying now. The rumors and stuff that she was trying to clear up and things of that nature. Um, you know, saying certain things about her. I don't know what those rumors are, like verbatim. I don't know what's been said, but um, she is a young girl who, at the time, was like still like not even eligible to do anything for real. I mean, when you're 16, 17 year old, you could work and stuff like that. I mean, I've been working for a long time. So you could work and stuff like that, but like she's still young though. You know what I'm saying? And she's not, this is all new to everybody, really. Even the whole county itself. Yeah, at the time she was 17 years old. Exactly. Shout out to, is that Giddy? Shout out to Giddy, man. Shout out. Shout out. Everybody put Giddy in the chat real quick, if I'm saying it right. Um, Everybody put Giddy in the chat. Show love real quick. Yeah. So, I'm just a little bit I think that, again, there's so much more to this story. There's so much more to this case. And this trial can't come fast enough for me. I'm just being really serious right now. I don't know what's going on. They still processing stuff. They still in discovery and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something about discovery though. If you the Mickey Stines folder that I shared with everybody pretty much, there is a file in there. It's like a discovery, and it's like thousands of pages of discovery of like Facebook conversations and things like that was between like Ben Fields and Jason Eccles and all that kind of stuff, and Sean Mickey Stines and Jason Eccles and Ben Fields. They had a little group chat, all that stuff, right? That is a wild piece of stuff that they got popping. All right, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Uh, it's too much. It's a lot to read, but man, look, that junk is crazy. And so they doing like silly stuff, talking silly and all that kind of stuff, and then they're also talking about certain people and things like that. Man, it is crazy. One of the things that she mentioned was the fact that the thing about her and Mullins, or addressing the rumors about that, people saying things about that. This is one of those things that it's like the thing that haunts you the most, like having to relive this constantly. It's one of those things. It's similar. It gives me the vibe of the daughter that was the BTK killer was her father. She just did a documentary on Netflix too. She is always identified as the BTK killer's daughter. And that is like You know, that is something that's like, wow. No, having to constantly relive that, you know, that's something. That is definitely something. That's definitely something. All right, so that is what we're going to talk about on Lila. Um, I think also on her page, I think there's some type of interview that she's about to do in a minute. If you go to her page on TikTok, you'll see one page. It's got some music. I ain't want to play it because the copyright music. I could probably mute it, but and it's showing you different shots of her sitting down on the couch, and it's cameras and it's lights, and it's. I think she is doing her own thing with this. Okay, and it's something. It is something. Uh, yes, it is something. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get to it real quick because when I say it is something, I'm like, okay. Like I wasn't expecting.
Ending it.
But
Take
like,
this
come
off.
back.
Take this off. No, you're bullshitting me,
Come
and
back.
I'm not gonna.
Sorry about that. Hold on, here we go. All right, give me 1 second. Let's go back to the profile. I want to show it to you guys real quick what she got popping. And okay, here we go. Check this out. So she has she got that's like documentary style right there, right? You see what I'm saying? That's like documentary style right there. You know, and see, and this is the thing that this is the thing that really puzzles me is the fact that she said something about y'all making money off of these particular, you know, these us covering the case or rumors or whatever. But then you're about to do this though, you know. So again, you're kind of showing your youth here a little bit because that don't make sense. I'm gonna keep it a buck no matter what. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That don't make sense. You can't tell me go get a job, do something else productive. You all are taking my pain and making money off of it, and then you take your pain or you take something of your pain or something like this, and you do this. This is still it goes hand in hand, y'all. It goes hand in hand. Again, I am in the midst of attempting to get something popping with a documentary. And I'm seeing how this goes. I'm learning a lot here. Okay. I'm learning that entertainment and serious and cases like this, like entertainment and court is all together. Like court has become entertainment. Cases has become entertainment for some people, which is wild. It's like these are still people's lives. And then sometimes these people take their own what they've been through and then they try to monetize on it because it's what they've been through, you know? And I can't necessarily be mad at that though at the same time because at the end of the day, it's their story, it's their perspective, it's their thing. So it's their intellectual property and all of that stuff. So you do what you will with it. But what you can't do though is tell me to go get a job and others or tell folks like, yo, you need to do whatever. And then all of a sudden turn around and say, hey, I got some big things coming soon. And I'm pretty sure we know why. You know, even if it has nothing to do with her dad or the case or whatever, even if it's something else that she's about to do, it could be anything. It could be, I don't know what she's going to talk about. But we know you because of this. Like, let's not get it twisted. You know, A lot of people try to run and forsake who they are or where they come from for the sake of gaining something else, and it doesn't work that way. We know you because of this. Like, I know who Shedeur Sanders is because of Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm a sports fan, because I'm a sports fan that follow football and all that kind of stuff, and I followed Deion Sanders for years, I know he has sons, and I know that his sons play football. Now I know his son is in the league. And the spotlight is on it because of who Deion Sanders is the reason why we are talking about Shedeur. You know? And so it goes hand in hand. Right, that's what I'm saying. Starfish and Coffee, what up, though? Starfish and Coffee says her father ignoring how his county was run caused this mess. Social media is reporting. This is what I'm saying. When we looked at the transcript of Sean Mickey Stines and Ben talking about Ben Fields, Sean Mickey Stines did not know how to train Ben Fields. Sean Mickey Stines said out of his own mouth that even his training, he didn't really get like he was supposed to, or he got it in a way that he was grandfathered into his position. He didn't go to a certain training facility and do certain, like, he didn't do that. He started off as bailiff and all that kind of, he did what Ben Fields was doing, making sure that inmates who were on house incarceration was paying their fees, was making sure that ankle monitor supervision. He was doing all these things. How is it that you're not training him to do what you used to do? You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that he knew. You mean to tell me Mickey Stines don't know anything? You mean to tell me that Mickey Stines didn't turn a blind eye to anything? he saw something that was messed up and wasn't right. You mean to tell me he didn't just turn his head a little bit? Like, let's be reasonable here. There had to be a combination of a lot of things. Was he purposeful in doing what he did? I don't think so. I don't think he purposely ignored stuff. I don't think he did it on purpose. Like, oh, I'm just going to let that slide. But at the same time, it looks that way. It definitely looks that way. It looks that way. Oh man, we got a mixed crowd. This is one of them heavy days today, man. It's Halloween. It's a heavy topic today. It's a heavy topic today. Man. Everybody got their perspective, and I like it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Let's see here. Diamond says, yes, I'm sure Mickey turned a blind eye a lot of times, but look at how many others have turned blind eyes and still doing so. Yeah, but only Mickey Stines is in cuffs. Yeah, he did business as usual, didn't tell. And who's to say that he didn't tell because something was like, hey, somebody said, hey, if you tell or if you say something, this is what's going to happen. What if Mickey Stines is right? What if Mickey Stines was right in saying that they're going to try to get him and his family? What if he's right in that? What if he's correct in that? What if it's true? What if it's true that they were actually threatening him and his family? Then what will we do in the situation? Will we still turn that blind eye, or will we actually just go forth? It seemed like Mickey did the latter. It was like, yo, I'm sick of it. Something, man. This is a very interesting topic to me. It's so many different nuances. It's like, yes, it's so many yes and no's to this. It's so many yeses and no's to this. It's hard to lean on one thing opposed to the other because of the fact that there's so many different details. You know, I see Giddy in the building talking about it's the culture, but he was fed up. Mickey was being replaced. Was it the preacher man? So the preacher man was with Mickey Stines all day. That day that he shot the judge. You see what I'm saying? You think the preacher man knew some stuff? Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. He been doing stuff for a long time. You get pardoned by the governor, clean slate, and then you work for the very company that is being investigated for fraud. That investigation is not over. That investigation has been going on since last year. It hasn't stopped. So I think this rabbit hole is deep. I think this rabbit hole is deep. This rabbit hole is deep. I think it's deeper than the surface of what we see. I really do. He was with Mickey Stines all day long, and said what to him? Remember the interview of Mickey Stines' attorney, Jeremy Bartley, when he told Vinnie Palatine that they took a detour somewhere else. They normally deliver the food in certain places, but this one particular place, they detoured somewhere else. That's not normal where they drop food off. That's what he said. So somebody knows something that we don't know. And I like talking about it now because it gets the juices going, it gets you flowing to see like what's next, you know? What's next? What is actually next? You know? Donna Waters said, not the preacher man. He's been one smart character. Yeah, he's been that guy. That guy he is something else, man. We did a couple streams on him. He is something else. Lying to the folk like, I don't know how they blessed me with a car when I got out of prison. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how I got exonerated or a pardon. Bruh, then we find out that you sent the letter. Come on, man. Come on now. Yeah. Shout out to Adventures of Pete and More. I love that dog, man. That is what's up. Beautiful. Shout out to Adventures of Pete and More. What's up? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? All right. So let's get into Sabrina Adkins, okay? Sabrina Adkins is one of the main factors of the reason why this whole corruption topic has all started. Lawsuit was filed in 2022, January 31st, because of the Ben Fields situation where Ben Fields was soliciting sexual activities from Sabrina Adkins to help her with payment or non-payment of the ankle monitor system. And we get a chance to listen to these interviews. Okay. There are three parts of this interview. All right. And I'm only going to play one. I may do another one too, but I think I'm going to play one. I want to get to where, you know, Matt Easter starts questioning her and about the relationship. He calls it a relationship, which is crazy. Yeah, this is just wild. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this. All right. This is Sabrina Adkins interview. I don't know if this is the beginning, middle, or end because it's a long interview. The full interview is very long. It's like 3 of these audio files, and I'm telling you, it's longer than a couple hours for sure. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
I've never been active. About 6 men. 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 6 men.
It's never been turned on. Now, the original one was, and I got out and push it, and you could open it, take it on and off.
So you've brought an ankle monitor, and he gave this to you?
Yeah, that's what I went to jail with.
That's what you had on when you went to jail?
Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to do with it.
But that's not been on as far as you know?
No, it's never been on. No.
And when you said, like, when you started this, the flirtation, I guess, you had your bracelet on.
Yes.
So when you got out of jail, you met him.
He met me at the jail with the bracelet.
Met Ben, right?
Right at the jail.
Right at the jail, as soon as you got out.
Yes.
He put your bracelet on.
Yes.
So you kept your bracelet on for a while.
Yes.
Then the relationship developed. How long after the relationship developed, like from the time you got out of jail, from the time that he first took your bracelet off?
I'd say 6 weeks, because I told the court I wanted to go to rehab. And I couldn't afford to, the bracelet, and I put in motion after motion. And finally they said I could go to rehab, but still had to pay for it. And that was the original reason, I think anyway, in my head, or I want to believe that he took it off, is I was going to go to rehab.
So the court system allowed you to go to rehab?
Yes, but they think I had my bracelet on. The court never knew my bracelet was off, ever. Well, I'm told the judge.
Court never knew.
He would meet me the day before, and actually the second time I got arrested for driving in Pike County, I had court that day, and I was late, and Ben lied to the judge and told him I had to pull a sanction for something, before, and they had a special hearing for me at 2 o'clock that day.
So you're out, he about 6 weeks after you get out, you meet him. Is that one of the first encounters? You told me last time you had 3 encounters with him of a sexual relationship. When the first one, is that when he took the bracelet off?
Yeah.
So from the time you got out of jail, approximately 6 weeks after that is when the first sexual encounter took place, and he removed the bracelet. All right, what did he do with that bracelet? Did he give it to you to say hold on to, or did he just keep it?
He kept it. He usually kept it every time. But when I had told him that I was telling on him, I said, you better give me a bracelet. And that's when he gave me this one.
All right, so now after the 6 weeks, you've met him. He's took your bracelet off. Does he ever put it back on?
The day before court. I usually meet him the night before court. Night court.
It's like if you had like just a court date on your regular charge, did you call and say, hey, I've got a court date?
Yeah, and he called me too. We called each other because I'm real big on keeping my court dates. And he said, meet me at, 8 o'clock at the courthouse or, whatever. We're all in the courthouse unlocked and I'll be there shortly. And it was always the night before my court hearings.
How many court days do you remember having to do that?
At least, probably get 4 or 5 because I'd made 3 different motions myself. Besides my regular.
Now, every court date, was there a sexual relationship that occurred prior?
No.
So you may have court tomorrow and you just may meet him real quick somewhere and he'd throw it back on.
Yeah. But we always met at the courthouse. Always.
Always at the courthouse?
Yeah, in the judge's chambers. Always.
Even to put it on?
Yes. And take it off. Always there.
Okay, so now we're going to court. He has met you at the courthouse the night before. Is that typically how it went?
Yeah.
Puts the bracelet back on. You go to court. Then what happens?
I'd call him when I get out of court. Where do you want me to meet you to get this bracelet? Once he let me actually cut it off.
Whoa.
Because he couldn't make me.
So you'd meet him back at the courthouse the day after court or that day or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
And then he would take the bracelet back off.
And keep it.
And he would keep it. Now, as far as you know, how do you know the bracelets are on or off?
There's usually a light and you have a charger, you got to charge them.
Okay. So when you get out, he puts that first bracelet on. That's 6 weeks that's on you. Are you paying that fee? So you paid it for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
All right. So then you meet him. You had a sexual relationship. He takes the bracelet off. When he puts it back on, do you have to charge that? Do you think the bracelet was on?
No.
Do you think he's turned it off?
Yeah.
So the rest of the time, it's turned off?
Yeah, because usually Patty calls you, says you charge your bracelet or,
So
Patty
this,
will be
the
call.
bracelet that you have there, that was one of those last times that you've met him, you've had court, he's gave you that
No,
bracelet?
not for court. I called him and told him I thought I was going to tell. And I said, you better give me a bracelet, something I was scared to death. I didn't know what to do. And so I made him give me the bracelet for that reason.
So once, like you said there yesterday or the day before yesterday, is what you said that we found out your boyfriend talking about, right? You let Ben know, and that's when everything. So then you said, "Hell, no, everybody knows about us and our relationship." You told him that, right? And then you tell Ben, "I need a bracelet."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Sabrina Adkins. The other interview we did was Jennifer Hill. Okay. Believe this right here is Sabrina Adkins' interview that we never ran before. We didn't listen to any of her interviews before. So this is Sabrina Adkins. And there's some more attachments that we can listen to as well. But I believe this is her. I think she was I don't know if this is the middle, end, or beginning of the interview, but I believe this is Sabrina Adkins though. I think this is where she mentioned Mullins and things of that nature.
What did he tell you about that? Did he say anything? Hey, give me the bracelet, I'll get this to you, or he just, what?
No, I told him that, and he said, where are you going to be at this evening? And I went and met him. Give him a bracelet. He really didn't say a whole lot about, telling or, going to tell. He didn't give any kind of opinion on it at all. He'd always tell me to stay away from her bed or blah, blah, blah,
Did, was that bracelet active?
I've never had a charger. There's no way it could be, as long as I've had it.
Now, the other day you said that the reason that you started the relationship with Ben is because you had heard rumors that if you had relationships with him, or that you could, wouldn't have to pay your fees and wouldn't have to wear the bracelet and you can do what you want. And you gave me a name, but that you don't know her personally.
No.
Do you know anybody personally like that you know that this has happened to, or is this just rumors you heard in the jail?
Just rumors, and I know that Chad Brown, he went on house arrest, but he does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls, sexual and stuff.
What?
Nah, you hear that? See, we are here, Biz Nation. Biz Nation. This is the full interview that everybody that was talking about on Court TV, News Nation, all that kind of stuff, and they put little pieces out. This is the one. Okay. This is it. They're about to get into the judge's chambers. They're about to get into this conversation. We want to hear the full thing. All right. This is what we're doing. Now, this is where the beginning of where people started talking about the judge running the chambers or the courtroom like a brothel. Remember we talked about that? That was the headline on in the New York Post digital newsletter. They said that the judge runs courtroom like a brothel. That was the headline, which is crazy work. Okay, nasty work. And so this is the interview that everyone took snippets of and placed on their news stations, and then everyone started realizing that Mullins was. This is how it got started. This is how everybody started coming out, by hearing this, you know. So this is where it gets a little spicy.
What describe? Have you seen the videos?
I've seen one partly, and you know, just them having sex with girls for their bail to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
You saw the video.
Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean, you.
I mean, I've seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know, because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was the judge in chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
But you
remember this? Y'all remember this? So let me help y'all out real quick. So Trakisha, yes, Jennifer Hill and Sabrina Adkins were both on this lawsuit, but Sabrina Adkins started the lawsuit with Ned Pillersdorf. That's her former attorney. Jennifer Hill was added to this lawsuit because Ben Fields did the same thing. Remember, Jennifer Hill had Chris Triplett, who was her fiance at the time, or husband, boyfriend, but I think it's fiance at the time, where he was going over to their house when Chris wasn't there, trying to solicit sexual favors from Jennifer Hill, because so that way she don't have to worry about paying for her ankle monitor fee. And she first told him, no, I don't need to do that because my fiance and I, we can afford it. But there was a point where in a cruiser that they, you know, did some stuff and all that kind of stuff. He was doing some crazy diabolical things on the clock. All right. So Jennifer Hill, they were going to have criminal charges against him for not just Sabrina Adkins, but also for Jennifer Hill. Jennifer Hill died in January of 2023 of an overdose. Okay, she had an overdose, quote unquote. Now, we already talked about how I feel about Jennifer Hill. I just don't believe that was an overdose, like a typical overdose. I believe that it was a hot shot. I believe, this is my opinion. I believe that someone did something to her. I believe that strongly. I've been saying it from the beginning. I truly believe that. So, but this is where we're at. So that's the whole thing, is that the two women is Sabrina Adkins and Jennifer Hill, who actually, and then there was another woman too, who was in the indictment, that she was mentioned in the indictment of Ben Fields. I believe her name was Brandy. She was mentioned in there, but he only got criminally charged towards the Sabrina Adkins accusations. He pled guilty. Okay, he pled guilty, and he got 6 months, and he had got supervised house arrest or whatever like that, and he had to go to he became a registered sex offender, something like that, a slap on the hand, basically what he got. So that's the reason why Sabrina Adkins is the original. She is the original one that filed the lawsuit January 31st of 2022. She filed it first. And then they added Jennifer Hill to it because they had the same story. Remember, these ladies are from Pikeville, I believe. They're not from Letcher. You see what I'm saying? So I think they're from Pikeville. So that's, but the way they do it in Letcher, you feel me? There was, Ben Fields. Remember when we did the last live about Ben Fields? Remember he was actually bumping charges on people. Like, you're trying to escape, and he would put a warrant out for their arrest and get them arrested because they would not do nasty time with him. Like, bruh was out of control. So yes, Jennifer Hill and Sabrina Adkins. Sabrina Adkins is the originator of the file, but Jennifer Hill was added, and then she died in January 2023, reportedly from an overdose, a drug overdose, which I do not believe. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Terry says, Tay Biz, I don't know, but was there a video of preachers saying where they went with the food? They wanted to go for willing up a hill. They declined, and preacher and Mickey thought it was off. Well, I think there was it wasn't a video. I don't know if it was a video of the preacher man saying anything or doing anything, but it was a video of, it was an interview of Sean Mickey Stines' lawyer talking about this particular, what you're talking about. But there was a detour somewhere. There was somewhere else that, they were trying to go deliver food, and Mickey, it wasn't their normal spot. Like that type, that's what that was. Which is a key piece, a very key piece to this whole thing. Yes, they do. She said, okay, I'm tracking. They sound so much alike on the recording. They do. I think the difference is Jennifer Hill talks with a little bit more animation, and Sabrina Adkins, her tone is a little bit more on the relaxed side. But one of the inflections in the voice is that she, when he asked certain questions, she kind of whispered it down. Jennifer Hill was a little bit more like assertive with her voice. So that's the only reason why I could tell the difference. Let's see. Let's go back here. All right, let's go ahead and see. So we're going to go ahead and finish this out.
Having sex with girls for to be able to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
If you can send me that video, Terry, send it to my email.
The video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean,
I've seen Judge Wallen having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know, because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was a judge in chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
But you don't know who the girl was?
Mm-hmm.
And what was this guy's name again?
Chad Brown.
Do you know Chad Brown?
Yeah, I do. He's on the run. He's hiding. They've shot at him and everything.
Who has?
The Letcher County Sheriff's Department trying to catch him.
What was he on the run for?
I don't know. I really did that. I don't know.
Why would he have a video of the judge having sex with somebody?
He's got several.
Several.
I don't know how he got them. I didn't ask. Because listen, I know too much over there, and that is a dirty place. I try not to know. I don't know how he got them, but he does have some. And he's got an attorney that I can't remember, maybe in Somerset, that knows about it too.
But you saw the video of the judge.
Yes.
Any other video that you actually saw?
No. Mm-mm. They say that the Sheriff Mickey Stines is involved. I don't know.
Who said that?
Chad, he said he had videos with Mickey. That Mickey used to do the same thing when he was over house arrest.
And then Chad just, so you've not seen any videos of Ben?
No.
But you just saw the judge?
Right.
Do you know for sure that was the judge?
Yes.
I mean, how do you know that's the judge?
I've been in front of him. face is pretty clear on there.
Chad
But you don't
Brown.
know who the female was. Would Chad be willing to meet me? Could you get a hold of him and maybe even let him call me? Or could you get him to send you those? Is it on his phone or?
No, they're cassette tapes.
They're cassette tapes.
Okay, now this is making sense to me. Let me give y'all some insight. So I had a conversation before about this part of her video, of this interview, about cassette tapes and the judge Mullins and all that kind of stuff. And yeah. He is talking to Sabrina Adkins. This is Sabrina Adkins. This is the interview. This is the portion of the interview that all the news stations clipped and talked about Judge Mullins having sex with a girl in the chambers and things like that. But it doesn't get to this part. See, this is the full part of it. This is the part where she's talking about who has these tapes. The man name is Chad Brown. And Matt Easter wants to meet with Chad Brown. This is something else. Now we have a name with this thing. Chad Brown is his name, according to Sabrina Adkins. Now, remember, her lawsuit is going to go to trial soon. So I'm not sure what type of evidence is going to be in that trial. It's a civil trial, so it won't be televised, I'm sure. If it is, we own it. If it is, we own it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is Matt Easter. We know that. Yeah, Matt Easter is the lead investigator for the Attorney General's office. But yeah, and that's when she told him, like, hey, tapes. Yeah, Chad. Wow.
Like a cassette, did you?
VHS.
Like a VHS, like a big one?
Yeah, big one. He goes back a long time. I don't know. He's got videotapes. He said for last 15 years. I don't know. I've seen one
Videotapes for the last 15 years.
And when did you see? How long's that been?
A couple months ago.
Do you think that you could get that video?
Maybe. I gotta go over that way today to the doctor. I'm scared to death, but I'll try because I was planning on going to see Chad. Or at least maybe try to talk to him and him call you. You know, something. I was gonna have him call my attorney because Bethany was wanting to talk.
It's all good, Donna. I got you.
But he's real, skittish and stuff and hides everywhere. And I don't blame him.
Well, yeah, obviously, but if you could get that video
I'll try.
or videos of anything that is, that you think is necessary.
But that won't, nobody who won't say that I got it right. I mean, that place is dirty over there, and it kind of scares me.
I understand. Which we're not saying the judge has done anything wrong.
Right, exactly. I'm getting you a video, and then it's your call of what happened. It might have been his girlfriend. I don't know. Like I said, my only goal is to make sure this don't happen to somebody else.
There you go.
I struggle with it real bad.
And that's what we're trying to figure out is, the rumors, who I could go talk to else other than you.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking.
There is what is that girl's name I was in jail with? Let me turn on my phone because she messaged me that Ben had made sexual advances towards her.
Shout out to Chilled Amount of All Maz sending a $20 super chat. I appreciate you so much.
Once you
Everybody
leave
put
here
Chill in the
today,
chat.
what
Chill
is
in the chat for me
going to
real
be the
quick.
best number to
Appreciate
get up
you.
with you?
I had another phone and it was messed up.
Always
I had all this
supportive.
time with telephones.
And there was somebody called me and said that you were going to be late. And I forgot it.
Landlord.
Your landlord. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's at my address.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not connected to the internet, it says.
And to clarify, when Ben's
let's go back a
uncle
little
started
bit.
calling you, and when you can,
Hold on 1 second. Let's go back a little bit. You said Adventure said she just said Mickey Stines did the same thing. Remember? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let's go back a little bit.
today, what is going to be the best number to get up with you?
I had another phone and it was messed up and I had all this time with telephones.
Right.
And
Right.
there was somebody called me and said that you were going to be late. And I forgot it.
Landlord.
Your landlord. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's at my address.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not connected to the internet, it says.
And to clarify, when Ben's uncle started calling you, and what did Ben tell you when you confronted Ben and said, "Hey, your uncle's calling me"? What did he say?
Really not much. He said that when he's a man who can help, because I was worried to death about my charges over there, you know, being on this house arrest. He said, no, he can help you with your charges. And that was,
That's all he said.
yeah. Or I'd say, you know, your uncle's perfect. And he said, yeah, and he kind of laughed. That was usually it.
But he never told you to do any kind of sexual favors with him for is there any, did Ben ever send you any pictures or anything of him?
No.
Is there any of the messages, because there's a bunch, I've not had a chance to go through them, that Ben talks about having a sexual relationship with you or anything that I need to really, when I go through the messages,
Right.
and if I don't see something, I don't want to make sure, I don't want to miss anything, so I'm trying to, is there anything in there that he always said, you know, anything sexual in nation towards you that he sent to you?
No, not really, because he'd usually call. Because one thing, and that was probably a couple of weeks ago, he told me that Mickey Stines always had Norris do like the physical part of like the drugs and everything, and he said he has me on telephones. He said, so never put nothing on the phone you don't want nobody to see. So it's usually, so he would always, most of the time he would call. The most we texted was at the beginning, and then he got to where he called. So, I won't switch over. Hold on.
So he
Thank you,
told you
Donald,
never
for the
put anything on the
$2
phone?
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
That's when that Justin
Thank you.
Lucas had got arrested. And he called and told me, you know, hey, he's got arrested, he's a rat, you know, so much.
Now, as part of your bond conditions, I guess, is wearing that bracelet. Were you allowed to go anywhere in the state, or were you supposed to stay in Letcher, or could you go to Pikeville? What do you remember?
I could go in Kentucky, but I always had to get permission for anything. If you walked outside that door, you'd get permission. I was not supposed to catch any more charges. I caught 3 charges, which was driving. When I say that, because I've been fighting for my license forever.
So you got 3 while he was supposed to be monitoring you, taking your bracelet on and off, you caught 3 more charges.
Yeah, 3 driving charges.
Those 3 charges. Now, remember, when we talked about this, the charges that Ben put on her was one of them was the fact that he said something about her escaping or trying to escape. Come to find out that was a lie, right? And he would do that because he couldn't get whatever he wanted. That's what he did with Jennifer Hill. He also did it with Sabrina Adkins. So this is the reason why in the indictment, or in the not the indictment, but in the part where the indictment, actually, yes, the Ben Fields indictment. It talks about how all those counts that he had about 7 or 8 counts, and about 3 of those counts were taken off because of the death of Jennifer Hill. And one of those counts was still talking about tampering with evidence, tampering with ankle monitors and things like that. And another thing that he did in that indictment was he was putting charges on women falsely because he's upset with them that they would not continue in his escapades. He would get them arrested, so that way the judge could put them in jail. This man was diabolical. Okay, this man was diabolical. So my thing is, there should be more people getting arrested that's above him. Like, I saw somebody say something about some higher ups. Like, yeah, there needs to be some higher ups. They need to come in front of the congregation, and we need to have a chit chat, and we need to have some documents and some files and some charges put on people, because they out here doing folk dirty, doing folk extremely dirty. All right. But this is what this is what Sabrina Adkins is talking about now. Now, we know through this interview that she has seen the videos of Judge Mullins having sexual relations with young ladies in his chambers from a gentleman by the name of Chad Brown, who has the tapes, video cassette tapes. She said video cassette tapes for 15 years. 15 years worth of these things. Okay? 15 years. Chad Brown. And now she's talking about the fact that what Ben Fields was doing to get his get back on her when she would not participate in his escapades. Crazy work, man.
You remember what the charges were?
Driving on with no license or something like that. And then one time I had 500 rounds on me, I think, and they caught me with
Possession. And that was in Letcher, or was
that
it?
was at Pike.
So Pikeville.
Yeah, that was the time I told you they hollered down in the pod and asked me where my bracelet was, and I told him it was home on the couch. It was like I swear sometimes I listen to it, and I'm like, this can't be real. It's going crazy here. No, let's give it just a minute. And she said, I don't know if they had a sexual relationship or whatever, but there was some, something. And then she went to jail right after that. And Ben's wife, was sergeant. And
Ben's wife?
I beat the crap out of her, and she had to pull 90 days over it.
You know this person?
I made her at the jail.
But you don't know her
No.
enough to say you can call me, or?
Well, yeah, I'm not enough to say that, yeah. I got her phone number. The day she got out, she hadn't been out long. She had messaged me on Facebook.
Do you think you could get her to call me if she has something she wants to say?
Yeah.
We're willing to listen to anybody. And
Well, she was wanting to. She said, you give her my name. She said, this place is dirty. And it is. It's, and what's really funny, like, city police in Pikeville, nobody knows that. They're like, it's a dirty county. And I'm like, well, then why ain't somebody done something about it before now?
Well, if you could get up with her, and you want to pass my number, you still got my card, right?
I do. Well, I left it with him. So can I have another one? I'm blessed with a wonderful landlord, and his wife has really have faith in me and gave me a second chance because I don't have family. and he sees how hard I struggle, you know, and he's seen all that was going on. He's like, nobody will believe you. And we had, the judge called him the other day and said, you know, I'm really sorry that I hate that you went through all this.
What judge?
Judge Hall, Keith Hall.
But you don't know anything about why the judge, his name has got brought up in this, do you? You don't know anything.
No.
You're just hearing rumors.
Hearing rumors. Yeah.
How much longer, when you got caught for the Pikeville charges, did the escape charge come out?
So I got arrested, I think, in last August, and again in October, and then this last time. So, a while.
So the last time that you got arrested while you were out on bond was in October?
Yes.
And then when did the escape charge come out?
January. And, you know, I was called, faxed over paperwork, Judge Keith Hall called, I had Zoom court, you know, never was I trying to escape.
Never was I trying to escape.
Talked to the clerk's office.
She cooperated.
Did Ben ever have to fill out any paperwork for you or
At the
anything?
beginning, yeah.
Right when you got out of jail?
Yeah, and the first time, like, you have to meet him every Wednesday, I think at 4 o'clock, you're supposed to. The first Wednesday, you know, he filled out paperwork.
But you don't, any other paperwork after that?
No.
Do you know what the name of that company that does that is?
No, I really don't.
You were just told to meet Ben?
Yeah, I was just told to meet Ben. And then Patty, I know that there's a lady named Patty that works with him. And, you know, she had told me I would not talk to Ben no more. And then just disappeared. He said, you don't have to worry about calling her. I was like, okay. I was like, how do you cover that? How do I just disappear? You know?
What did he say?
He said, don't worry about it. That's all he said.
Okay. Well, I will probably be giving you phone calls from time to time as I look into this further, because I'm sure I'm going to have more questions, more information. And then so if you see my phone number obviously pop up, I'll give you the phone call to 233-6747. Do you have voicemail?
I do.
So if I can leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
Because I got a good feeling that I'm going to think of something.
Right.
That, you know.
You're like me, I forget things.
A
So.
follow-up question.
Can I have another card, please?
Another one?
Thank you.
You're going to run me out of business cards.
Is, do you think I have any concern, like, for my safety or anything? I know being long, you know, when this first started, which he was mad, but then there's a little boy that said something, and so, like, my son and ex-husband, and the magistrate was like, you know, she better be careful, she's dealing with a dangerous game.
You know, I don't know who, you know, I never have anybody I've talked to. I don't want to say you're safe or you're not safe,
Right.
because I can't be responsible for you.
Right.
I can say that nobody, the only person that I would know that probably knows that we're going to discuss a talk with you is the assistant county attorney
Okay.
in Letcher.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You know, Justin, who's present here, he's a detective with us.
Right.
And the guy that was with me the other day is a detective with us.
Right.
So we don't tell anybody
Right.
that you even have talked to
I'm
us.
sure my ex-husband said, you know, they're just worried, because I'm not afraid. At first I was.
If you have told somebody, then it got out.
Right.
But I feel confident that the assistant county attorney is not going to say anything. And
There
he
was a
doesn't.
little boy that messaged me from over there that I didn't say that to. He's like, I was offered $500 for information from you or something like that. And I was like, about what? You know, and that's the only reason why I'm asking.
So what's the boy's name?
Justin Lucas, which is the boy that Ben warned me about. Hold on.
Said that he
I'll tell you exactly what he said. He's in writing. You know, and like I told my son, you know, I've run from things long enough, and it's time to, you know, I stand up for myself.
Justin what?
Lucas.
Justin Lucas.
Uh-huh.
So he said that somebody's offered him $500 for,
I think. I can't see what he said.
get this screwed down there, I'll do my picture taking here.
Okay.
Hey, is this the start of the conversation?
Yeah.
I don't guess I had this the other day then on your phone, did I?
Well,
Since I had your phone.
right, I'm sure you didn't know.
So, is it anything else or
No,
just?
no, that's really it.
So let me see here if we got this right. I got it. He says, hey, I just got offered $500 for info I got.
Oh, right here. I'll take somebody. Apparently, somebody in the Angie family. His wife said it's Angie's real close family. And I lied to him I got married because they, you know, he knows I live in a big old house by myself and it's kind of secluded. So I was like, I got married.
Now, let's just, let me go over his text here. So it looks like he says, hey, I just got offered $500 for info I got. You're saying what info? Lord, I'm thinking about doing it. It's $500. What are you talking about? By the way, I got married. Married to who? So, and then he goes on and says, see, I had a whore down here. I like always pass out Xanaxes, letting her use my phone. So I don't understand what he's.
I mean, I don't understand the information that, because he knew, everybody knew it was common knowledge that, you know, being done that. You go over there, you know, with me and several other people, it was common knowledge. So I don't know what information he's talking about, but.
Because he's not saying he's wanting he's wanting to pay him $500. He doesn't say to find information on you.
Right.
It really doesn't say what it. Does it? Do you?
Let me see.
It says the guest seeing you on my
I thought it
messages
said
looks
that.
and see a lot about Ben.
Okay. So he wasn't, I mean, he didn't say me in particular. Of course, I'm thinking about doing 500 married to who? Just picture, what are you talking about? When he kept telling me to type in, you know, Ben's name, and I finally did, and I didn't see nothing besides this right here. I don't know what he was talking about.
I'm not for sure.
Me either. At one point, he said he was having an affair with Ben's wife. So, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know these people.
Right.
And I'm just now getting involved, so I have no information. You know, nobody's told me what people I've talked to says that, you know, you're in danger or anything like that. I can't give you any.
Well, that's fine. I told my son I would ask, so he'd feel better.
Well,
you know.
like I said, I can't answer that whether you're safe or you're not safe because I can't be there to protect you. But I do not at this time have any information to say otherwise.
Okay.
And as far as you meeting over here, if you don't tell anybody,
I don't tell anybody.
then, like I said, the only person that, and would be he knows the county attorney has actually gave us your name to
Right.
somebody that we would need to talk to. That other than that, so he knows that
Right.
a conversation is going to take place at some point. But I feel confident he's not going to say anything. The Commonwealth attorney is not even, we have a prosecutor that's assigned to this case, and she's out of Frankfurt. So the prosecutor's not even from around here either. And, you know, everything else people that's been with me has been in-house that works for the Attorney General. So, so nobody else.
Right,
No.
okay, good. He just, wanted to ask, and I wanted to double check, because I am ashamed of this, but, I'm kind of not. I'm kind of glad that it's out.
Well, I mean, as this gets out and we start talking, obviously, people's gonna say stuff. At some point, we'll probably have to talk to Ben and.
Yeah, 'cause it's all over Letcher County papers and stuff, So I've had phone calls and.
I don't think I think the secrets got out when your civil attorney filed a civil lawsuit. That kind of put a damper on how we do things. 'Cause it's not secretive, obviously.
I know. When I left here and went home, I seen that civil suit, and I was like, oh my God, because I hate all of it. I wish I could just change it all.
But like I said, I don't know if I hear anything that's would be concerning about you. I'll definitely tell you. I wouldn't want but I don't know anything. I can keep you aware of some stuff that we're doing, but we do some stuff. We try to keep it as low as we can because it helps us accomplish what we need. So.
And I'm trying to get back to live a normal life a little bit, That's
Understand that.
So.
Well, this process won't be a quick one. I'm sure, a criminal investigation is a long, drawn-out process.
So what happens next? You'll be investigating, and if you have any questions,
I'll call you.
Yes.
And then once I compile the investigation and we think we've done all we can do and talk to everybody we can talk to, then it'll go to a prosecutor, although a prosecutor will be on board with me throughout this. And then, of course, it's ultimately up to her what she thinks she can see and what, she'll make some decisions and then, like I told you before, if there's something there, then it will go to a grand jury. If not, sometimes the case will go to a grand jury and they don't do anything. And sometimes the case is not even worth going to a grand jury, but that's a prosecutor will look at that. And they're the ones that decide, that knows the laws and that stuff. And like I told you, the prosecutor is out of Frankfurt office, so it's not a local prosecutor. You can have confidence in, if whatever happens, it'll be just straight up as it possibly could be.
Right.
There will not be any local politics
real
involved.
comfortable. You said, and the judge, Keith Hall, actually was bragging on you. So he was a good guy, and I said he seemed to be.
I don't know him.
Don't you? He used to be the county attorney in Pike County.
I've had a couple of cases in Pike County with the Commonwealth attorney up there. The old Commonwealth attorney, he's not even there anymore.
I don't know.
Keith Bartley.
Oh, okay. I don't know. He, when I mentioned your name and.
I may have met him.
Right.
I don't know.
And me and Keith, our kids went to school together, so and he was like,
I can't say that I've not met him because I work in a lot of counties, so I may have. I may see him. Huh?
He said you're in good hands because he knows how nervous I was and.
Well, yeah, our office will do. Like I told you yesterday or the other day. It is what it is.
Right. Exactly.
That's the way it is. We look at it. It doesn't make you any difference if you're the Pope or you're a drug addict. What you have told me, obviously I have to corroborate stuff. It doesn't matter if you was a drug dealer or the Pope tell me. I still got to do that. It's all the same.
And I appreciate that.
And what you've told me, I'm going to do my best to corroborate and work with it.
Thank you.
Once I get in this, like I said, may not find anything, may not find anybody else to talk to. But we'll just have to kind of see what develops. It's at the onset now. So
now, Bethany said something about 4 girls that went to the jail and said the same thing was going on. And she said, I'm getting a bunch of calls.
Well, I will tell you, we're hearing the same stuff what you're saying is, this person, but when we're having a hard time getting hold of those people.
He said, they weren't scared, I don't blame them.
Well, I mean,
go over in Letcher County. I've not been back, and I have to go to
the thing about it, at this point, there's nothing to be really scared of because if you come forward and tell me your story, they can't do anything to you. If Ben calls you and says, if you talk or something,
right.
What you need to do is if Ben starts to call you or does something, you need to record the conversations.
Right.
You need to get your other phone and hit record and put it on speakerphone where we can hear what the conversation's about. And then after the conversation, the next phone call, you need to be to me.
Right.
And if anybody threatens you because you're trying to be a witness, there's charges that we can send out on them to do that. Nobody can intimidate a witness. That's against the law. And I assure you, if I call the prosecutor at any given time and say, hey, our witness is, somebody's intimidating her, and there's evidence of that, she will seek warrants quickly.
Okay.
It won't, we're not gonna let anybody.
Right, my biggest fear is to end up back in that jail. I mean, that.
But now, if you don't break the law,
Right.
But now, if you get out and get wild and start driving,
Right, exactly.
you're on your own.
Right.
But
It's just like.
nobody's gonna be able to trump charges up on you. I mean, we're past that.
Right, now we're past that, because like that escape, that's blew my mind.
Of course, the problem with the escape is we need to look at, and I just don't know, is it because of the circumstances, or is it, it's just, we just have to kind of see.
Right.
I think I don't think anybody's going to go get an escape warrant on you. I'm fairly certain that's not going to happen.
God, no, I hope not.
But
And I called it escape too. I mean, escape? What are you talking about?
let me take a picture of that
I
bracelet,
said, here's my bracelet.
'cause I don't want it.
I don't either. It's at least
Yeah.
I looked at that. It's a good reminder, but I'm gonna give it tonight, I think, or I don't know. Hopefully he'll take it, because I don't want it.
All right, we're gonna stop it right here. This is pretty much the tail end of this interview. So I wanted to play this because of the fact that not only is it the fact that this civil case is now going to be trial, but also I wouldn't be surprised if this interview or Sabrina Adkins or anybody else would be subpoenaed to testify on behalf of the defense based upon what is being discovered. They're still in discovery right now, even though they're having motions and things like that, preliminary hearings and all that, but this is still, discovery. And so I'm not sure when the trial is going to happen with this case, but man, it's going to be definitely crazy. But this is what they do. You see how even Matt Easter, he kept calling this a relationship. And it's like, bruh, this is not a relationship. This is not even remotely close to a relationship. This is the most unrelationship you can have with somebody. And so it's a balance of power. It's crazy. And so this, again, we're still going back to where this all began. It began right here, the Sabrina Adkins lawsuit, and how this became a thing and how this impacted everybody, including Sean Mickey Stines. Now, I want to clear something up. In her interview, she said that Sean Mickey Stines had never been in any videos, never done anything wrong, even though he had been, been done ankle monitoring before and all that kind of stuff. He used to do Ben Field's job before he became the sheriff, but she do not recall him ever doing anything in particular that was like inappropriate. We had Taya Adams on this channel. Shout out to Taya Adams. We had Taya Adams on this channel, and she said that she never had any issues with Mickey Stines when she had that couple of run-ins where he had to arrest her. He was fair to her. Okay. So there's no one going around saying that they seen Mickey Stines do anything, but his name was involved in the lawsuit in his official capacity. So that means his political capacity, because sheriffs, that sheriff office, the sheriff position is a political position. You have to run and campaign for it. So I just want to reiterate that real quick. There was a question on the floor from Terry saying, Tay Biz have a question. When a lawsuit is in progress, an attorney is removed, does new attorney have the ability to file more evidence in the case? Yes, they actually do. They can file a motion to like extend discovery time and things of that nature, but it depends on what stage the case is in, and it also depends on the discretion of the judge. So it's not a guarantee that they can get more time and file for more evidence and all that kind of stuff. It's not a guarantee. Again, it's about the stage of the case, and it's about the judge's discretion. However, However, this is yes, they could definitely do that for sure. You could file a motion to extend have extended time and things of that nature. Just like, for an example, in the Diddy case, this is just an example. In the Diddy case, Diddy's attorney filed a motion to expedite the appeal, their appeal. Now, whether they're expediting the appeal, that's up to the courts. But but you can still you do have the discretion. You do have a way of doing that. So yes, you can definitely, if a new attorney comes on the scene and they need more time to gather more evidence and things of that nature, yes, they can definitely file for more time. So good question. Very good question. So yeah, what do you all think about this interview with Sabrina Adkins? I mean, she seemed very confident in what she was saying. She doesn't seem like she's lying at all. Again, we have the evidence of him, of Ben Fields creating charges that's not even there, creating charges that's not even there. And that is something that is damning towards this civil lawsuit that's going into a trial and soon, because this means that the coercion and the will and the power that Ben Fields used on Sabrina Adkins was against her civil right. This basically, this is a civil rights case basically for Sabrina Adkins that she's going to go to trial for. So when Robert Weir granted the motion, or granted that this case goes to trial, it's specifically a civil rights case, basically. Okay. And so yes, it's going to have punitive damages and things of that nature being involved and all that good stuff. So the only thing is that it won't be televised. Again, civil lawsuits are normally not in the public, except for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but normally it's not in the public. You know what I'm saying? So very interesting here. Very interesting. Wanted to see one more thing here. Trying to find, there is some, they were talking about I saw in the chat a little bit about the evaluation, the psych evaluation of, Sean Mickey Stines. And the interesting thing about that is the fact that I think I saw somebody say that the state had a motion to do the psych evaluation. They didn't like what happened, so then they went to do another one. It's like, what? They get in the second preliminary hearing, because there's a new judge. So in the second preliminary hearing, I think the judge Christopher Colon is going to be the trial judge here. He used to be a former prosecutor, by the way. The state was giving the defense flack about wanting to have their own specific doctor to evaluate Mickey Stines, but because Mickey Stines had some financial issues or whatever on paper, they wanted the state to actually pay for it. The state was like, nah. And then at first, I think the judge let that happen, and the motion was granted. And then now the state is like, well, the psych evaluation is proving something against us, so we want to do another one, basically. So it's like, that is something that is just totally crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So the state is going to do whatever in its powers to make this case one-sided for sure. It's already looking like a one-sided case because we've seen the video evidence. But I'm telling you right now, I think that, and shout out to Candy S, just said something like, my thoughts are Sabrina Adkins' case better keep on making her case very public for her own safety. Yeah, I think it should be a public case. I think for her safety, exactly. And I think that we should be able to be a part of it as a community. But I'm not sure the way Letcher County do things, man. I am not confident in the fact that they would make this public. I don't think so. It's going to be way too many names being involved. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, please do not use all caps in the chat. YouTube will flag this. YouTube will report this. Please do not use all caps in your comments unless I, as the host, is going to permit that. That's different. But please do not use all caps. Okay. Please talk to each other with some respect. Please have some respect. That's what I'm about. All right. Thank you to all the new subscribers that are here. I appreciate you and I love you. I love everybody in the chat. I love everybody that rock with Biz Nation. Those are people that have a problem with Biz Nation. I love you too. All right. But please be respectful to each other in the chat. All caps. It gets lost in translation when you do all caps to somebody. It looks like you're yelling at them, and people get offended with that. You know what I'm saying? So please be sure that you do each other well in the chat. All right. It's okay for us to express our thoughts and opinions and our points of view. None of us are lawyers, none of us are professionals in that realm. However, we do have our own thoughts and opinions as a community, because guess what? They ask us to give our thoughts and perspective as a community when they give us jury duty. You know what I'm saying? Jury duty is just regular folks like us going down there to figure out what's the truth and what's not based upon facts and evidence. All right. However, in this Sabrina Adkins interview, I wanted to again show everybody this interview. That's the interview that, again, a lot of people was clipping, and they was, all they heard was Judge Mullins on video having sex with somebody, and then boom, judge runs courtroom as a brothel and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, not good stuff, all that crazy stuff. And then next thing you know, we're looking at something deeper than just this case, which is very, very interesting to me. I think that what has been talked about more lately than the case is the corruption, which, you know what I'm saying? So the case is being built. The anticipation of the case is absolutely insane. Once again, I want to hold on one second. Terry Winninger said the state did the evaluation, yet not now wanted a second because they don't like their own state prison. Right. Evaluation that was done. Mickey's attorneys didn't do that evaluation. Right. That's exactly. So that's why the state was like, no, they was like, okay, the judge was like, well, we'll grant the states. I should have made that clear. We're going to grant the state's motion to not like have that done. Well, deny and then let the state do it. Then the state did it, and they did exactly what the state did not really want them to do. They wanted them to say no, he wasn't crazy. He was sane. Somebody said something about jury questions. I'm sorry, was it Starfish or Coffee? Yes, the grand jury had questions that did not get answered. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you all let's look at it real quick, because it's very, very interesting. Now that you bring that up, the grand jury questions, and this is the link, by the way, for as a matter of fact, let me send you all the link. This link right here is going to show you the motion that the defense filed. The motion that the defense filed in support of the brief that they did. And it says in the motion that there were questions that the grand jury had, and those questions did not get answered. And that was the argument that Jeremy Bartley was trying to make on the last motion hearing that we saw, that lasted for about maybe 25 minutes or so, I guess, where the grand jury was trying to ask questions concerning some evidence or some things that Clayton Stamper said. Clayton Stamper was trying to emphatically say that Mickey Stines was sane, he was in his right mind. He even said it in the preliminary hearing, the first one, where when Jeremy Bartley asked him about Mickey Stines, and he said he seemed like he was in his right state of mind to me. Right. That's a detective's opinion. Okay. But at the end of the day, that's a detective's opinion. But at the end of the day, he's not qualified to say who is in their right mind or not. So this is the reason why they had the psych evaluation. And when the psych evaluation came back, it was a motion to unseal it. Now that motion has not been granted yet or denied, because there were some more things that had to be discussed and had to be presented before the court at a certain time, at a certain date. And I think that did happen, but there hasn't been another scheduled motion hearing yet. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting to see if the motion for the psych evaluation will be unsealed, because that is something that is the whole defense's case. The defense's case is, I'm pleading insanity here. You know what I'm saying? I'm pleading insanity, and he's not guilty of first-degree murder. He's not guilty of premeditated murder. Now, even though it's only one count in this case, now it is possible that they could put lesser included in his sentencing or in the verdict sheet. It's pretty possible that can happen. But at the end of the day, they're challenging the charge of first-degree murder. That's what they're challenging. And that is psych evaluation is going to be a key piece to their defense. Another key piece to their defense is going to be Michael Clark. They're going to find that's another big piece of their defense. Michael Clark being with Mickey Stines, calling him his best friend, saying that he loved Mickey Stines and loved Judge Mullins as well, and all the kind of stuff. He did that video that we all saw. And where he talked about people gossiping and things like that. And that's what happens a lot. Every time something goes down and a little piece of something that makes sense goes against someone else's agenda, it's always gossip all of a sudden. Now it's gossip. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that is very, very, I would say, left to me, or the angle is left, because it's like, why is this gossip if it has some truth to it, if it has some possibility to it? It's not conspiracy theory, it's conspiracy possibility. That changes things. that really changes things. So we got that going on as well. And one more key piece as well is Mickey Stines himself. Hello. He is the only one out of the two that is still here to say something. Okay? So Mickey Stines is a key piece to his own defense. What is he telling Jeremy Bartley? What is he showing Jeremy Bartley? What has he already shown to Jeremy Bartley that made Jeremy Bartley go on an interview on Court TV and say that Michael Clark is a key piece, one of the key pieces to our defense? That's what Jeremy Bartley said. So these are some key pieces, and I believe it's going to be some key witnesses in this particular case. I think that Michael Clark is going to hit that stand. They're going to subpoena him for sure. They're going to subpoena him for sure if he's not going to cooperate and actually testify willfully. They will find a way. They will find a way to get that man to testify. Unless that pardon that Matt Bevin did just cleared him of every single thing possible, which I believe it did. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. But Michael Clark is going to be a key witness. And I'm not sure if he's going to be a state witness or he's going to be a defense witness. But either way, whether they do it on direct or cross, man, that is going to be something else to see. I want to see Jeremy Bartley question Michael Clark. For what Jeremy Bartley did to Clayton Stamper in the preliminary hearing was just criminal. The questions he was asking Stamper, and Stamper was just like, I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, I don't. He didn't know anything. Detective Stamper did not know anything about his own case. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Now he's retired, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be back on the stand in the trial. So, all in all, this is a very interesting thing. Again, this civil lawsuit going into a trial is very interesting. It has something to do with Sabrina Adkins' lawsuit, which has something to do with Sheriff Sean Mickey Stines, which has something to do with the deposition that he did 3 days before he shot Judge Mullins. There's an interconnection going on, and we are going to definitely uncover it, man. We're going to definitely uncover it. We're going to keep our eyes and ears to the streets and see what's going on, man. Shout out again to everyone that gave a super chat. Shout out to Chill, once again, who gave a super chat. Instead of thank you again, Terry, for the question as well. Candy S said Bartley needs to rip Clark a new one. Exactly. I believe he will. I'm telling you, Jeremy Bartley, he asks the right questions. He does. He asks the right questions, because in the preliminary hearing, when we looked at it on this channel, all we saw was the prosecution, the state, show the video of Sean Mickey Stines shooting Judge Mullins. You heard the cries, the unfortunate cries in the courtroom of the family of the Mullins family. And then he asked like a couple of questions to Stamper, and that was it. And then I believe, I think Judge Terry Adams was the judge at the time for this. Yeah, I think it was Judge Terry Adams was the judge at the time for the preliminary hearing. And he asked the defense, do you have any questions? And Jeremy Bartley walked that man through. I mean, walked that man through that thing, man. I'm telling you. And come to find out, we did a rewatch, and come to find out, it was so much stuff that Clayton Stamper did not know, and he only knew from the other police officers. The firsthand knowledge was something that I don't even think he was seeking. And the reason why is because he knew he was about to retire soon. He knew he was about to retire soon. So if I'm about to retire soon, and this huge high-profile case comes across my desk, and I have to take it, I'm going to do as less as possible that I need to do, so that way I won't have to stay on the force longer than I need to. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to continue this. I do not want to continue this. Oh yeah, and his wife. His wife was on point. They make a great team. They make a great team, man. They really make a great team, man. So again, man, I definitely appreciate everybody. Starfish and Coffee says Clayton Stamper has been watching Trooper Proctor. Ooh, he is the worst, man. We should do a Trooper Proctor video one day, man. We should really we should do a Trooper Proctor video one day. I don't know. We should go live or something about it, because the way he was on the stand was just nasty work, man. But anyway, man, we are definitely excited again for tonight's live. I definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, we're going to be dropping some more videos. We got some more stuff to talk about with the NBA scandal and all that kind of stuff. We have some videos we're going to drop about that. And we also have some more Mark Sanchez information that we want to discuss as well. And then there was another video that I came across that was like really crazy. I'm going to drop a video on that too as well. It's pretty much like a reaction, but man, it has something to do with something that happened last year, but it was so insane. I got to drop a video on it, man. Until next time, man, I'm your boy Tay Biz. Again, always love each other, respect each other, love yourself, give yourself grace, man. You're not perfect, you never will be, so give yourself grace, man. I'm your boy Tay Biz. Peace.
I brought that with me. Case they get too easy. Baby, don't stress, don't sweat it. Put it all on my daddy. Know how I'm coming, and they know what we had. Run around through that left side, low end. All of mine need more wins. If you got beef, don't come out. My young hitter might go in. Uptown GN, working all through my weekend. Hoping these don't show out, cause all of my hitters too deep in. With a boy, I'm so ashamed. Ain't worried about long as my money and my green. Baby, I ain't got work. too clean, I'm Listerine, I thought they been knew it. All in my lungs, I got my red cup full of that Henny fluid. Young middle Mad Mac, I'm swinging that leg, I'm banging that do or die. And I ain't that leave before I get crucified. Living in my bloodline, this place in my family tree. How the they pressed, I did my best out of what they handed me. Straight out of that country, know my shawty thick as humid air. And I need not mention no extensions, that's human hair. Boy, we grew in there. Around through that